What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Road Tuesday, and today we're going to look at one of the craziest decks I've seen in a very long time that was actually played competitively at regionals. And this deck was piloted by Jimmy Ballard, and he calls the deck the Cheese, because I guess it's cheesy. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess because it literally just cheeses you, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But literally, the deck is just Galvantula, Bisharp, Burst Balloons, and Wobbuffet. That's pretty much it. There's no other real attackers. You just Galvantula, Bisharp, and Wobbuffet, and you somehow win games, and it still is crazy. And I don't understand what is going on. And let's just go over it. Let's just go over this deck and let's see what's it about. Now, your main attacker is going to be Galvantula. Galvantula has the attack Double Thread. Does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Apply weakness and resistance. Yep, that's what we're going to do today. Now, sometimes you can snipe like Shaymins, hit those for 60, and two-shot them. That's the perfect world, right? That's what we try to do. But things come involved like Parallel City, which can then discard those Shaymins and make it useless. So, it seems like you always want to discard, hit the Shaymin, stuff like that. But sometimes that doesn't really work. And you might have to just hit EX on the bench. Just hit 30 for them and slowly just start building up damage. Now, they can hit you. You actually don't hit the active for any damage, really. The way you're going to do damage to the active is through Bursting Balloon. Burst Balloon says, if it's attached to the active, when it hits it, they get bopped for 60. And then they get bopped for 60 more. Or they get bopped for 60 and then knock out your Galvantula. You could then use Bisharp for Retaliate. Retaliate does 60 and then 90 more damage. So it does 90 plus 60, which is 150. It doesn't really take knockouts immediately. But with 150 and another Galvantula, you could do 180. And this deck is so weird. There's so many different things that can happen. Let's say they hit your Galvantula, right? They get bopped for 60, right? You can then retaliate for 90, plus a Reverse Valley to do 10 more damage for 100, and then plus a Giovanni scheme for 120 to do 180 damage total to knock out the active Pokemon. Obviously, Giovanni scheme could easily be praised by the new Professor Sycamore or whatever it's called, to do 20 and draw 2. Seems like 100% better than Giovanni scheme. But yeah, this deck is just so interesting. So like I said, your main attacker, Galvantula, Double Thread. You can then use Bisharp for Retaliate to do 90, plus Giovanni's Scheme, plus Reverse Valley to do up to 120 of extra damage. The deck plays 2 Wobbuffet, which is great because Psychic Assault does 10, and then 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So as you start racking up damage, Wobbuffet can come in and just sweep and knock out everybody else, which is great. Alright, and here's the things that get pretty interesting. He played 1 Yveltal. Now, Yveltal is there just for Fright Night. You're really not going to attack to use Pitch Black Spear. I mean, you could. You could attach 3 energies to it, but that's a pain. What we're trying to do is slow down Mega decks. You can make it where the tool cards don't work, and when they Mega Evolve, their turn ends. Now, you might be like, why is it such a big deal? Well, because the deck plays 2 Ninja Boy. At any moment, you can swap out the Yveltal for a Joltik and then evolve into Galvantula straight away, which could be amazing. And that's why I think Yveltal's in here. I could be wrong. I mean, you could start attacking with it. Don't get me wrong. You do play the Darks and the Rainbows, and it is possible. But when I'm playing this game, usually I just try to go Fright Night, shut down tools, and be good to go that way to slow down Megas. Now, which makes me so happy that he plays this, but so confused at the same time. And that is Celebi. Celebi has the attack Sparkle Motion, put 1 damage counter each of your opponent's Pokemon, but it needs a Grass Synergy, which kind of does not follow Synergy, because, Psychic goes for Wobbuffet, Dark goes for Bisharp, if you use Mach Claw, but then you have Sparkling Motion, which needs a Grass, which is only the Rainbow Energy. But he also has a really cool ability. Leap through time. When this Pokemon is knocked out, flip a coin of heads, shuffle the Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck, and your opponent can't take any price card for it, which is amazing. So if your opponent knocks you out, you're like, alright, flip a coin, heads, alright, Celebi, go back in the deck, and whatever's attached to it, which is fantastic. And you can start putting slow damage counters on your opponent's side of the field. which might not matter, but that one damage counter could be like the difference between a knockout or not a knockout later on in the game. And then of course he plays one Shaymin to help us set up. Now if you want to be really spicy, you could maybe cut the Shaymin for like a Rimmer Raid. He cuts the nails for an auxiliary, so you play a non-EX full deck. So your opponent can Lysandre Shaymin for the knockout. But at any moment, if you play a Shaymin, you get Ninja Boy back into your deck, so your opponent can like Lysandre take their last 2 price cards, and that's all the Pokemon. Yes, it is a very, very strange deck. Like I said, you're using like a double thread to hit Pokemon for 30 or 60, depending on weakness. You have Bisharp for the Retaliate. You have Wobbuffet, and there's so many different things you can win games. Like against like Mega Guardy, you can hit him for weakness with Bisharp. I know they have resistance as well, but you can start sniping them early or Burst Balloon, and then like Giovanni Scheme. There's way to manipulate the damage output. Greninja, we have Galvantula. You can just start sniping their Froakies and Frogadiers and hit them for 60. And then Burst Balloons, that should be fairly well winnable for you. Let's see, Yveltal, you got Galvantula, you hit for weakness plus the Bisharp. Volcanion probably is the worst matchup. You probably just try to like double thread their Volcanions and then use a Psychic Assault to knock them out later on in the game, which seems fine. Mega Rayquaza is pretty much not a win because you're playing Galvantula. You're here for weakness on all the Pokemon, which is pretty nice. Mega Mewtwo is very interesting as well, but once again, you play Wobbuffet for this Psychic Assault, so you can hit them for weakness and knock them out as well. As you see, this deck has the potential to take down all the big names in the game. Squad Darkrai, you can beat that. You just double thread, put some Burst Balloons. I think your hardest matchup is going to be non-EX decks, like a Rainbow Road and maybe Volcanion, because they can use Baby Volcanion, but even then, you kind of stall with like Wobbuffet and be okay. But pretty much Rainbow Road and Night Greninja, Vespiquen might be your hardest matchups. But even then, like, it's still winnable. But let's stop talking about Pokemon. Let's go everything else because we're spending a lot of time on that. One Eco Arm to shuffle 3 tool cards from your Scarpel back in your deck, which is going to be the Burst Balloons. 2 Escape Rope to switch the actives out. 1 Super Rod to get back your energies and or Pokemon. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 via Seeker. Now the deck is going to play 2 Faded Town, which is going to help you out against those Mewtwo decks or anything else that has like a bunch of HP. Because at any time between turns, you put 2 damage counters on those Mega Evolution Pokemon to hit those crucial numbers, which is very nice. 1 Reverse Valley to help out Bisharp for sure to do the additional 10 damage. 1 Giovanni Scheme to do an additional 20 damage, or draw you have 5 cards in your hand. 2 Lysandre, 4 in, which is fine because you're not taking the first prize card. Your opponent usually is because you're not attacking. You're not taking knockouts like turn 4 or 5 for sure. 2 Ninja Boy, like I said, to swap out like the Yveltal or Celebi, or even Wobbuffet at any moment. 3 Sycamore, 1 Teammates. If a Pokemon's knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you search deck for the 82 cards and put them into your hand, which is great because your Pokemon are going to be constantly knocked out, but with Teammates, you can get any cards out of your deck. 3 Burst Balloons, so you do 6 damage counters on the active. 1 EXP share, which you can attach to Wobbuffet, so if they knock it out, the Wobbuffet gets an energy, and then you can potentially Psychic Assault a little bit easier. 3 Rainbow, it counts as any basic, or it counts as any energy, but you take 10 damage, but that's good because it helps you hit like the dark, the grass, the lightning, it can hit you up, hit Psychic, and then 2 dark and 4 Psychic. Your main attacker that needs energies, different colored energies, is Wobbuffet with Psychic, but pretty much anybody, as you see, Retaliate needs a colorist. The double thread needs a colorist. Like I said, the only thing besides that is Celebi with the grass for Spark of Motion. And there we go. There's Jimmy Ballard's cheese deck, or the cheese deck. It's a really interesting deck. Like I said, probably one of the craziest lists I've seen in a long time. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see this deck in action. Alright, so playing against Galal 8, playing a watercolors and a lightning deck. I'm not sure what this is because usually like Spinning has this kind of thing. I mean, it could be something very obvious and I'm just missing it. But heads will go first. Alrighty, so let's see. What do we have? We start good old Celebi. Alright, so put Celebi, Joltik, Ultra Ball, discard Teammates, and in for another Joltik as well. And we'll start the party. So press done. And let's see what is going to happen. Looks like they're going to find a Pokemon, and I wonder what are we playing against today. So 2 Pokemon coming down, another Pokemon coming down. All right, so 2. Let's see, there is a ooh boy. All right, so we're gonna Ultra Ball discard Teammates and an Yveltal. To grab another Joltik. This is, oh man, is this like Vileplume box deck? There was no grass, so I don't think it is. Put a a Psychic Energy in that guy, and we'll play it in, give us both new hands up 6. Alrighty, so there's a Galvantula. For next turn, we can start hitting the bench and stuff like that. And right now, we'll just pass on to our opponent's turn. Now, what could be scary is if they play Glaceon. But if they play Glaceon, we have Burst Balloons and Wobbuffet, and that could get around that, which is very interesting as well. We can also kind of Lysandre around it, but not the best either. I think right now is we put down the Galvantula, playing in Hope did it Grass Energy and Sparkle Motion. Yeah, that could be a thing. Because Celebi could use a leap through time. When this Pokemon is knocked out, flip a coin of heads, shuffle the Pokemon, all cards attached to it, back into your deck, and your opponent takes no prize card. Alright, so Trainer's Mail. There's a Silent Lab, okay. That's pretty bad because it shuts down our leap through time, so that's not good. So Silent Lab coming down. That's not a good card. Now we gotta fight a Faded Town, for sure. Or Reverse Valley. Alright. Let's see what else to do they have here. I mean, we could just Escape Rope maybe and hit the Jolteon and Lugia. Flash Ray doesn't knock out our Galvantula, I know it's 70. We're definitely going to evolve Galvantula. But it depends what we get off this end. Or they could play an in and end us to a new hand and have a better hand, like a Faded Town plus whatever. So let's see, what will our opponent do here? And do they play Hammers? That's another thing we have to worry about as well. There's so much going on in this matchup right now. So there's a Professor Kuke. That card's not even legal. Oh my goodness. Alright, so he hits a dive ball off it for a Remoraid. Okay. A Remoraid hitting the field. I mean, we can hit that for weakness next turn to knock it out. Alright, so fighting for Wilt. Alright, so pass onto our turn. Guys, I think we have to guarantee this. I think we put down the Galvantula. We'll put a Psychic Energy in this guy and via Seeker Fort in. Because we hit this Remoraid for a knockout while putting 6 damage on this Lugia as well. Alright, so this is actually perfect. If we... Alright, okay, so we find a Faded Town, which I don't care about too much right now. So we're just going to retreat into the Galvantula. And we're going to Ultra Ball discard the Ninja Boy and Lysandre for Wobbuffet. Come on down, Wobbuffet. There we go. Order got Bisharp. Ooh, Bisharp could hurt Jolteon, but he's resistant to metal. I think I'm still gonna grab. I'm gonna grab Pawniard still. I think that's a little bit better. Grab that, put it down, put an EX. No, I'll keep the EXP shirt for later. And we'll double thread, knock out this Remoraid, and do 60 to this Lugia. And like I said, our opponent cannot actually knock out our Galvantula because he has too much HP. So there's a Burst Balloon onto our opponent's turn, and things are looking great for us right now. Next turn, we can put a Burst Balloon on the Actus. If he hits us, he gets bopped for 60. And then Pawniard still doesn't take a knockout because 90 plus 60 is only 150. So, Max Potion, heal the 60. Oh my goodness, a Max Potion. Okay, alright, whatever, that's fine. It's still an EX on the field. Oh, he's going to Ninja Boy the Lugia to his deck. Or just get a Glaceon here. Show me Glaceon. Show me Glaceon. Come on down, Mr. Glaceon. I know you want to join the party. Let's go. Come on, Glaceon. I don't miss you at all. And there it is. A Pidgeot just hit the field. Alright, he can Featherlance for 90 to actually knock us out. Oh my goodness. What just happened there? That is amazing. A Pidgeot just hit the field, doing 90 and 20 to our Pawniard. Oh, I did not think he was taking a knockout, but he did it. Alright, so put up Joltik. On our turn, what do we get? We get another Joltik, so put that down. We will Bursting Balloon the active. Faded Town. I want an EXP Strum Body. I just don't know. We'll put on the Pawniard, and we'll via Seeker Fort in. We could go for teammates, but we actually don't get enough cards. So we need it and hope to hit a Galvantula and an energy. There's Galvantula and an energy and an escape rope. Ooh. Alright. So I'm going to escape rope right now. What this does is he can promote the Regice or Lugia. If he promotes the Regice, we can then hit both these guys for 60. Alright, I'm going to put the Lugia, which is still fine. I'm going to put the Joltik up. We'll retreat back to the Joltik. And we'll put down the Galvantula, Dark Energy, Bisharp, and Double Thread, hitting the Pidgeot for 60 and hitting the Regice for 30. Alright, so that's actually pretty cool. If he decides to hit this our Galvantula with this Pidgeot, we can then retaliate for the knockout. So that's good. Unless he plays Max Potion that does that. But, I mean, he has to go for a Feather Lance next turn. So there's a Dive Ball, okay. There's another Remoraid, alright. We saw what happened last time we put down Remoraid. That Remoraid did not make it, so Remoraid coming down. You have a switch, a Floatstone, an Escape Rope. Alright, there's a Trainer's Mill. Look at top 4 cards of his deck. And let's see, what does he decide to get here? There's a Fighting Fury Belt, okay. Does he put down the Remoraid to let it survive a turn? That could be really funny. Alright, so Fighting Fury Belt, the Lugia. Acrobite, look at top 2 cards of his deck. Let's see, what does he discard? Discards a Water Energy. DC's deactive, and he could 20, 40, 60. That actually does not take a knockout. He'll have to retreat and go for a Feather Lance. But if he goes for that, we take a knockout on him. So weird situation for my opponent. What does he do right now? 20, 40, 60, 70. Yeah, that's not taking a knockout with Air Ball. He gets hit for 60. And then we can do 62 as Pidgeot and his Remoraid. Alright, so things are looking very interesting for opponent. But there's a Lysandre. Bring it to Joltik and just negate everything I even cared about. So Air Ball. Oh no. Alright, Portal Joltik didn't make it. And our Burst Balloon will be discarded as well, unfortunately. Alright, so onto our turn. We get a Giovanni scheme. That is a great top deck. The problem is who do we put this Psychic Energy on? Okay, let's think about this. I think I'm going to keep Giovanni in our hand, and we're just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to draw till we have 5 cards in our hand. I know that seems very strange, but... Oh, it paid off. We can put down the Wobbuffet, put a Psychic Energy on it, and now we can Double Thread, hitting both the Remoraid and the Pidgeot. Alright. So we go down to 4 price cards. Okay. There is a Bursting Balloon. Alright. But now, if he has a DC, he can go for the Deep Hurricane for the knockout. He has energy 20, 40, 60, 80. That's a knockout. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen now since he did. Since he did keep this Lugia, but then we can knock out this Pidgeot pretty easily unless he plays another Max Potion. There's a Lightning. There's an End. That's fine. Our hand wasn't that great. And let's see, what do we find with these new 4 cards? There's a Ninja Boy. I was hoping to hit a Ninja Boy plus a Galvantula. That would have been really cool. But we see Acrobite, and we got top 2 cards of his deck. Going to discard a Fury Belt. Okay. I mean, next turn, I think we just retaliate. So Aero Ball for 70. For 90, sorry, for 90. Move the Dark Energy to Bisharp. Yeah, we'll send up the Bisharp and we'll hit it for 90 damage. Alright, so on our opponent's turn, on our turn, sorry, we get a Faded Town. 6, 79, 10. We'll put a Rainbow Energy to the Wobbuffet. And it will end. We'll both get a new hand of 6. Okay. We'll get 4, he gets 3. So Pawniard, Bisharp, okay. So put down Pawniard, and we will retaliate. Okay. So there's 90. But we don't... Oh, man, it's actually really bad. He can easily win this game now. Okay. Alright. Since we don't have a Burst Balloon in the active, we actually can't knock out this Lugia. Okay, alright. Next turn we can Ultra Ball for a Shaymin maybe, but this Lugia is very scary. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. It will take a knock on us. There's a Ninja Boy. What's coming out to play right now? It was Ninja Boy active to another Pidgeot, okay. Which has 120 HP. It's so close. So Max Potion, he'll have 90 off that active. Lightning, and we'll see a Mirror Move. Oh my goodness. Alright, so Mirror Move, doing 100 damage, okay. That's very unfortunate. Okay. What do we do now, guys? What do we do now? I'm gonna send a Wobbuffet. Okay, I have... Nope, that's the worst idea. That's probably the worst idea we could have done. Okay. Alright. Gotta think about this, guys. Gotta think of what we want to do here. My goodness, what is going on right now, guys? I don't even know. Alright, so... What I should have done was send it to Pawniard. And then license the Regice Ultra Ball for Shaymin instead of for 6. So... I'm going to Ultra Ball discard the Faded Town of Bisharp. And let's see what's left in our deck. The Joltik, or Shaymin. Okay, there's Shaymin. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright, so I'm going to grab, I think I'm still going to go with the Shaymin. I'm going to grab Shaymin. License up the Regice. I can't believe we're about to discard 2 energies because I'm dumb. Alright, we'll send up the Pawniard and we'll Shaymin for 6. Alright, so let's see what 6 new cards we get. Alright, so we find a Joltik. We'll put a Psychic Energy on it. Put down the other Pawniard. No, we'll keep the Pawniard down. No, what are you doing? You're supposed to stay in my hand. Alright, we'll pass. Alright, so let's see what does I want to do here. My plan now is just to like keep this Regice stuck in the active while hitting this guy for 60 and maybe win that way. Alright, so in our turn, we put a Rainbow Energy in the active, Super Rod to shuffle back in, Galvantula, and a Bisharp. I'll put an energy back in our deck. Sure, why not? We'll get an energy back. And we will Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Can we find some Galvantulas? And we do find some Galvantulas. So put down Galvantula. And it's going to be a race now. Does he find a way to retreat these guys? Put that down. And we will double threat, hitting both of those Pidgeots for 60. Okay. On to our opponent's turn. Alright, next turn we can knock out this Pidgeot. Do 60 to this guy. Alright, okay. Let's see, what can we do here? Oh, man. This is getting closer. DC's the active. Okay, that's not enough to retreat just yet. Pass on our turn. We get a Bisharp, so put down the Bisharp. We will... I'm actually going to Rainbow Energy the Wobbuffet. Burst Balloon the active, and play an in. Okay. Alright, so there's an in. Lysandre Eco Arm, okie dokie. And I'm going to double thread, hitting both those Pidgeots for the one for knockout, one for 60 more. On our turn, we get 2 cards. We get a Reverse Valley and a Galvantula, okay. And let's see what is going to happen. Now, he can send to this guy. And if he attacks with it, Bisharp can take a knockout. If he does decide to knock out Galvantula. So, a Max Potion. Oh, he'll be active. Okay, that's very strange. That seems like a huge misplay. Unless he Ninja Boys this guy. That seems like the hugest misplay, I think. I think that's the biggest misplay my opponent could have made. He's down 3 DCs. There's a Sycamore. Discard his hand. Draw 70 cards. Okay. And at victory screen, guys, we did. I think no matter what, if he would have sent this guy and hit us for 90, he would have got bought for 60, and I don't know what would have happened then. He didn't have enough energy to attack this turn. Mirror Move, I think it needs 2 energies. If it's just 1, that's really broken. Let's look at our opponent's deck. It does need just 1 energy, but I don't think it would have done... This Pokemon's damaged by attack to your opponent's last turn. This attack does the same amount as your opponent's active. So it would have done 60, not have knocked us out. and then it would have came down to what we top deck. But there we go, guys. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy game. You can see how good this deck is, just sniping stuff on the bench. Oh my goodness, I did not think we were going to win, but that was a very interesting match. Man, I did not know what was coming at us. Every single time was something new. Opponent played 3 VS Seekers. They only play 3. Oh, they play 4 DCs, so the other one. But there you go, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Road Tuesday. Like I said, I think my opponent made a misplay by discarding the energy off the active, but the most they could have done was 60, and then I don't know what we would have done from there. They would have got bought from 60. We could have retreated to maybe the Wobbuffet and swung for 70 to bring it up to 130, maybe put a burst balloon on it, and maybe if they attack us, they get down to 100, and then, I don't know, it would have been interesting to see how that would have played out. But it looked like we did, it looks like we were going to win that game. He did play a Glaceon, but he did not decide to get that one out. But there you go, guys. That was a very interesting matchup. It showcased the power of this deck off so much. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.